For you. 13 laps ahead of us. Aprilia, Yamaha. Who's going to get the hold shot? The lights are on. They're out and away we go, and it's a great start. It certainly looked like a great start from Gus Rodeo, and it's going to be Rodeo that leads. But once again, Blake Davis, Roger, with a cracking start from the second row.
Yeah, Blake got a good start as well, but I think Gus is going to lead him down into turn 2, and Blake filters in second. Kayla Yakov, good start up to fourth.
Yeah, oh, she becomes the meat in the ISO sandwich there as Ravelli goes one side and Dominic Doyle goes the other, and looks as though she's lost a couple of positions. Hayden Schultz has made a pretty good start as well. Jackson Blackman, also there. But look at the start from Rodeo. How many times this year have we said if he can just get away at the front, he's going to be able to go with Landers when Landers makes his way forward.
Yeah, and you see Rocco now, he's trying to make a pass on Blake pretty early, a little bit wide there. And as these two are kind of going back and forth, you can see Gus just slowly chipping away, and Rocco now is going to make a move, I believe, into turn 6. That's a hard place to pass, but Rocco gets it done.
Oh, and Rodeo, after a brilliant start, gets it completely wrong on the exit. And of course, he won't have realized that he had about a 10 bike length lead. And all that hard work goes out of the window at turn 6.
Yeah, and he was just doing what he was supposed to do early in the race, pushing hard, had the lead and going to try to make the break, but luckily for him, he recovered really quickly and got his head back down and lost a little time, but he's still in the fight.
Yeah, he's a lot closer to the front at the end of the first lap than he was yesterday, and he's going to have shown that he's got the pace. He's already looking up the inside of Blake Davis. Davis as well, with a much stronger opening lap than 24 hours ago.
And I think all these guys kind of know what Rocco's plan is. Get in the lead and get in his rhythm. He's really good at clicking off those laps, Rocco is, when he's out in the lead, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And you can see all these guys are trying to tuck in behind him as we see Gus makes the pass down into turn 2. With Blake, we see him take a look. Last lap headed into turn 5, and I bet this lap he takes another look.
Yeah, and Ravelli, again, he won't mind me saying, has been a little bit hot-headed in his career. And here he goes, he lets off the brakes, and he goes in deep. And I was wondering whether he was going to make that stick. He did make it stick, and that was a nice pass, but he almost just looks a little bit erratic, a little bit out of shape. He's not. That's just his style. Yeah,
and we've seen him take that look the lap before, and in that time he just really committed. He makes a mistake through turn 6 and gets a really bad run. I was telling you, you make a mistake in 6, it's costly headed up to the corkscrew.
Yeah, Kelyakov also thought about making the move, and Dominic Doyle is just sat there rubbing his hands, just thinking, come on, boys and girls, you crack on and I'll just pick up the pieces. While at the front, off camera, Rodeo is on another sensational lap. Here is again that wide line from Blake Davis. 4 Yamahas. There's going to be 3 disappointed riders at the end of this, Roger, and all of them deserve the podium. They're all riding superbly. 29-2 from Gus Rodeo. Oh, the pace that we are seeing at the front is impressive. The pace from these four is equally impressive. They're also under the old lap record. As again, Ravelli now looks on the inside. Yamaha versus Yamaha. Different teams, but nothing between them.
Here we go on the brakes again.
And he goes in deep. Davis then now loses that spot. Yakov.
He probably put a lot of stress on those tires doing low 29s.
Yeah, we saw Ravelli going a little bit wide, and unfortunately Christian Marionian, who was having a good run yesterday, got his best result of the season. He goes down, crashes out of 17th. He was on another good ride there, Roger. He was doing well while at the front.
Time to look on the inside, and he might be there this time. Around the outside, that's going to be a hard pass.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard pass. Oh, they almost touch, and Ravelli tries to hang out. Blake Davis has the sense there just not to bang fairings. And again, Kelyakov is there, just keeping a watching brief. Negotiate the slower traffic. They're out there doing their own race, and another rider goes down. Is that Landers? Was that Landers? They see the yellow helmet. It's one of the roadmen, and it is. I think it is Rocco Landers, the championship leader and the race leader, under pressure from Gus Rodeo, has thrown it away, and the pressure from Rodeo has now come to fruition. And unfortunately, we see a mistake, and we don't often see that. And now it is looking like a runaway race win, barring a mistake from Rodeo. That is unbelievable. A rare mistake from Rocco Landers, who made his way through the traffic like a knife through butter. He wasn't under any pressure. Just lost the front.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like somebody in the previous lap before, it looks like they were down, and you know, Gus keeping that pressure on, you know, and Rocco was having to run that really fast pace and made a mistake.
And now Ravelli is looking at 20 points, Davis is looking at 16, and Kelyakov is now absolutely back in the fight. And there is the 532 of Carl Price, who is actually also the senior medical officer for MotoAmerica. Rodeo is going to win again.
Yeah, and these two guys have, Revelli and Blake Davis, have kind of pulled away from Kayla a little bit. I don't know if it's a lap traffic that she struggled to get by, but it looks like those two are in that last battle for second and third.
Yeah, Filippo Revelli, I believe I'm right in saying, will be the highest placed Italian, the highest placed European to ever finish on the podium in a REV'IT. Maybe I'll just shut up. It's got to get it to the end.
We talk about it being slick offline. You see how traction is minimal when you get off that little wide at the apex.
Yeah, and of course, he will want to prove a point. He'd like to stay in this championship. I spoke to him during Mike on the mic. I saw him on the grid as well. He said he loves the atmosphere. He thinks it's a great series. He's loving riding with these other riders, and it would be great to see him here as a permanent fixture. And he's backing it in. Again, his style. Don't be alarmed. That's just how he rides. He was even riding the little 400s like this in the World Championship. He does sometimes get a little bit overexcited. Oh, Blake Davis tries to go through on the inside. There's not much room. Davis hasn't given up on second place here.
No, but that lapper with Blake just killed his drive. I think he was trying to get close enough where he's looked on the inside of him going into this corkscrew, and he wasn't able to be close enough. And Rovelli, you can see how hard he's pushing, trying to keep that second place.
Into the final corner to retake the championship lead. Gus Rodeo, the winner of the opening round of the championship, wins race 2 at the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, and he retakes the championship lead with it. The team are delighted, and there is Blake Davis looking on the inside. He got a great run through the final couple of corners, but Revelli is surely, Roger, going to make history and be on the podium. We have a European on the top the middle of the podium. Revelli takes second. Blake Davis wheel to wheel takes third, and Davis absolutely too is back in the championship. And Revelli made a mistake yesterday. He said, I am not going to make a mistake today. There were some pretty exciting wild passes, but a thoroughly well-deserved second place for Filippo Revelli.
And Blake, good ride by him. He didn't give up. He fought for it every last, even to the flag. Revelli slid a little bit on the exit 11, and Blake got a good run, but wasn't close enough.